Okay, darlings. How's your Saturday been? It has been a wild ooh, 2024, isn't it? What a time. What did Cat Williams say? 2024 is the year when the truth comes out. I'm paraphrasing here, but good lord, darlings. It's been quite a wild it obviously that's going to be an understatement. Quite a wild ride in the house of Diddy, aka Sean Combs. Obviously, I'm late on this, but I'm like trying to just digest. Wow. It's just, wow. Hmm. I'm calling this stream The Fall of the House of Diddy, aka Sean Combs. So, is this how the mighty falls? Hashtag the Diddy saga. Because I don't think the filing of lawsuit by Rodney Jones, the producer for the album, the Love album, is hitting the tip of the iceberg. I feel like this is still like surface, like just kind of hovering above the surface. Like there's gonna be a whole lot more uncovered. Uh, so let's just I'm just going to talk about what was reported um, throughout the socials and blogs and newspapers covering what was or what is included in the lawsuit filed by Mr. Rodney Jones against Sean Combs and a host of associates. It's like, holy shuck. So the landslides just keep tumbling down from these peaks for Sean Combs, aka P Diddy, aka what does he want to be called now? Brother Love or something like that. Um, Nowadays, anyway. I mean, he's had a few reincarnations of his. I don't know. Is P Diddy his stage name, or well, if it isn't, and he's referring it to it as something else, I apologize for that. But for now, we shall call it P Diddy is the stage name. So I'm pretty sure that he's had like questions after questions rising up like smokestacks against him in recent months and recent years, and possibly even like years before, where he was an up and coming A&R person, right? He worked as A&R and moved up the ranks, and likely throughout his career there's been rumors and whisperings and things like that. Like you almost feel like in every company there's always going to be whispers, right? When you start to move up. But then when those whispers become louder and are substantiated by evidence, then they're no longer treated as just whispers. They're factual, except you know those who are presenting the alleged violation has not made it official as far as the law is concerned, such as filing a case, right? Um, so with that, you almost feel like in industries such as like in the industry that Sean Combs moves around in, you would feel if you were like this one of the smallest people, you would feel like if you were to even openly speak about or even make a an assumption, a public assumption or something to that sort, you would feel some sort of like fear for like professional reprisal or even like, harm to your actual person. And here we are now in the present time. These hush hush talks have culminated in, or should we say, busted the doors and the windows and all the exits wide open via his former girlfriend, Cassie, her case against him in November of 2023, and the settlement of the same within a 24-hour period. That was filed under the New York Adult Survivors Act, which was like filed just in the nick of time because it was due to expire like shortly thereafter. The New York Adult Survivors Act provided a 1 year window to pursue civil litigation regardless of when the abuse occurred. And to date, before the Survivors Act expired, more than 2,500 cases were filed under this because it expired November 23rd, 2023. So for those who have boldly filed, hats off to them, more power to them. I wish them well. Those who were unable to or just wanted to move on, I also wish them well. And I also feel like in their own way, they have lived through, the trauma and didn't want to relive it again by filing a case. So I wish them well as well. Not only was that bomb, the filing of Cassie's lawsuit against, or not lawsuit, but the allegations that she, or rather, her lawsuit and or the allegations from that was a bomb that was dropped on us while we were sleeping. Those allegations packed so much explosives to level through both coasts because it included allegations of intimate assault. I will just say that. Sexy time trafficking, being forced to have sexy time with men of the night, being forced to unalive embryos, physical harm, demanding demands of carrying a firearm for to inflict fear and or in case um, there's trouble, then the implication will not be on the person who asked, right? In this case, it is alleged that it was a Sean Combs who had asked for Cassie to carry a firearm for him. And and the list goes on. I mean, it does. Yeah, that's not just it. So the latest, a few days ago, from the world of hip hop entertainment or entertainment period, as we all have heard and seen, this is almost like that slap heard around the world, like when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. But this one is obviously the gravity of this is oof, my goodness. So again, the latest from the world of hip hop entertainment, as we have all heard and seen in the news, like major news coverage for this. Even Fox News covered it. So hello, is that Diddy's homes in Holmby Hills. You're not aware, it's a Tony enclave in LA. Very, very expensive area, as well as his Miami house, was simultaneously raided by the feds, like at the same damn time. Like they were probably on the phones with each other, like, okay, we about to bust through the doors in 3, 2, 1, together, but on each coast. Can you imagine? Not just the local sheriffs, the feds. I don't know about you, but what I know of law enforcement is that the feds won't knock on your door on some made up ish. They will bide their time looking for factual evidence to corroborate before filing a case against someone, or at least moving to investigate a potential crime based off factual evidence. Like we've seen enough of the feds moving in silence, and then bam, they are at your door with 50 or so of their friends. And they are not just friends, these are law enforcement friends, okay? Not just the homies from down the street, you know what I'm saying? Sure. Dang. Every single one of their friends have badges. Ooh, scurry, scurry. And these allegations are plenty, honey. These allegations mirror those, again, of his former girlfriend, Cassie's, which we've already covered above. The new lawsuit filed by producer Rodney Little Rod Jones on February 26, 2024, in New York details unwanted sexual advances by associates of Sean Combs or Sean Combs himself, as forced intimate relations with workers of the night that Sean Combs has hired or his associates per the instructions of Sean Combs, intimate assault, a drugging, threats of physical harm to Little Rod, intimate harassment, um, intimate trafficking of parties with underage females, including supplying illegal drugs. The list of plaintiffs is mind boggling in this lawsuit. Originally, it was filed with Ethiopia Hebtemarium. Sorry, I hope I pronounced that correctly. As a co defendant. Just a short blip. Ethiopia is a music exec who was the chairman and CEO of Motown Records up until November 2022. Like, girl, she's definitely not here to play and be dragged in these foolishness, because apparently she is ready, locked, and loaded to testify against Diddy and the shenanigans surrounding him and his team. She has since been removed from the list of plaintiffs in exchange for testifying against Combs. My, oh my. Where did they keep those bones? That lady is smart. I'd say that is a power move. She is definitely not here, didn't get to being a female at the top of a recording, not recording studio, but a music exec. And for her name to be dragged through these muddy streets by other people's alleged drug fueled shenanigans and then some, she's not here for it. Oh no. Mm-mm-mm. Oh no. The castle she has built, no one is going to drag down but her. So she's like, call my lawyer. I am ready to spill what needs to be spilled. Ooh, girl. And before I forget, what the hell? Tyrese? You know what? Tyrese. Oh my goodness. Tyrese. Tyrese Gibson, he's over here dipping his toes in this foolishness, going on his socials and pulling up a chair to the table by declaring his love for P. Diddy and the quote unquote impact Diddy has had in the music industry slash culture, unquote. While he also adds that he can't downplay the laughter, the fun, the energy, inspiration, yada, yada, yada. This was posted on his Instagram account. So, you guys, if you need to see the whole thing by Tyrese Gibson, handle it. I mean, sir, were you and Diddy truly close though? Did Diddy show up to support you when you were calling for support or you were going to court due to your child support issues? Like, sir, did he though? Or did he send a representative? I'm just saying, asking for a friend. Like, wow, sir, please sit down. Please. You are the only one on that hill. Look, I have to say, this is so on brand for you. It really is. I mean, it's likely there's more support for Sean Combs behind the scenes, but those people are just keeping in silence because they don't want to be dragged unnecessarily because this is whew, the net has been cast and it is wide. I mean wide. It's it's looking like it's the entire continent of the United States of America. Holy shock. Let's continue. Additional names of defendants after the amended lawsuit have been um, filed are names we're familiar with, including, and I was surprised by this, Cuba Gooding Jr. Yes, yes, the Jerry Maguire actor, who is alleged to have fondled Little Rod's legs, upper and inner thighs, near his groin, the small of his back, near his buttocks, and his shoulders, which made plaintiff, which is Little Rod, extremely uncomfortable. It's like, hello, sir. Uh, it's called personal boundaries. Like, why are you all up in my face? Ooh, we are not that close. Sir, keep your distance, basically. I would be like feeling uncomfortable too. Like, hello, sir. Don't cross my personal boundaries unless you're invited. Excuse me, sir. The allegations of against Gooding Jr. adds that the defendant had to be forcibly pushed away by Little Rod as a undisguised rejection of the defendant's unsolicited advances against Little Rod. Like, this incident is alleged to have occurred on a yacht owned by Diddy, which Diddy, Sean Combs, was privy to, but even encouraged Gooding Jr. to privately get to know Little Rod better. Like, are you insinuating something, sir? Like, hello? Because you already see that your guest is uncomfortable by another guest of yours, and you're encouraging them to go privately off somewhere and get to know each other better. You're in a yacht. Where the hell else are you gonna go? In the damn ocean? If not, like, in one of the rooms, if there are rooms in the yacht, or like, another area of the. It's come on now. This has resulted, according to Little Rod, in him suffering immensely from the breach of duty by Diddy, as Diddy, was the or is the owner of the property, which is the yacht where this assault allegedly happened. And joining the list of co-defendants in this $30 million lawsuit includes, again, Sean Combs, his son, Justin Combs, Universal Music Group CEO Lucian Grange, Universal Music Group, Motown Records, Love Records, Combs Global Enterprises, ABC Corporations, Diddy's Chief of Staff, Christina KK Coram, and several other John and Jane Does, which the network of alleged involvement violates the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, commonly known as RICO Act. Little Rod's lawyer goes as far as comparing KK, Christina Coram, the chief of staff for Diddy, to Ghislaine Maxwell, who is incarcerated for her role in the sex trafficking of minors for Jeffrey Epstein. That is wild. The coverage of the crimes perpetrated by Epstein and company, those who have seen it are in depth, and it's just truly horrendous. It just, just truly horrendous. Is this going to be on par with that? If the accusations are to be believed, well, ... Moving along, Little Rod, in his filing, states that he secured irrefutable evidence of illicit activities, including Sean Combs, such as lacing alcoholic beverages and providing those to minors and workers of the night at his homes, using and distribution of illegal substances such as ecstasy, the Colombian mamba, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, mushrooms, and displays of unregistered illegal firearms. I mean, why does he need all these illegal firearms? But I'm just like, uh, Little Rod further alleges that he was coerced by Sean Combs at the shooting at Chalice Recording Studio in LA in September 2022 had nothing to do with Sean Combs, even though the story is incorrect according to Little Rod. More on that below. But another incident alleged by Little Rod is a intimate assault by a cousin of rapper Young Miami, who dated Sean Combs or dates Sean Combs. I don't know what the status of their relationship is, and adds that he also obtained footage of a unnamed rapper and an unnamed R&B singer consorting with underage girls and workers of the night. And damn, what in the hell? Why is Meghan Markle's husband mentioned in this complaint? Like, what? What is going on? Although no allegations of wrongdoing has been made on the part of Prince Harry, a member of the British royal family, he was referenced in a section about why Lucian Grange ignored the red flags around Sean Combs due to a potential financial benefit from Sean Combs and his XX trafficking ventures. The section reads, and I quote, before Cassie Ventura's lawsuit was filed, Mr. Combs was a popular and highly influential figure in the music industry to whom everybody wanted to connect. I didn't. Mr. Combs was known for throwing the best parties. Affiliation with and or general business partnerships with Mr. Combs garnered legitimacy, immense success, and access to top and emerging artists, celebrities, famous athletes, political figures, musicians, and international dignitaries like British Royal and Prince Harry. What? Huh? You know what? Okay, anyway, that was in the lawsuit. Mm, I'm just thinking, is the part about the British royals hyperbole? Is it? Is it? I mean, I feel like if you really wanted to get in their circle, you practically have to marry into their circle, you know? And it can't just be like marrying in the periphery. You have to marry in like the circle that is in line to the throne kind of circle. I'm just saying, if you wanted to infiltrate it in that way. Anyway, moving on. Is this the case of like Jeffrey Epstein when he had like his black books and he wrote down names of people he allegedly associated with? Then again, there was a clear picture of Prince Andrew with his arms around Virginia Joffrey, who was underage at the time. Maybe Little Rod has pictures too to corroborate these allegations? We'll have to wait and see. For his part, Lucian Grange is also not taking this lying down. He is not taking this in stride, nor is he deliberating these allegations in silence. Through his attorney, he issued a statement characterizing Little Rod's complaint as, quote unquote, offensively reckless, adding that he has been improperly dragged into this matter despite having no knowledge of, nor any involvement in, any of Sean Combs' alleged conduct. He further adds that instead of dismissing the claims after his lawyer advised Little Rod's lawyer of the offensive falsity of the absurd claims, Little Rod attempted to amend his claims against Grange, where they removed the original set of outrageous falsehoods and replaced them with wholly contradictory new falsehoods that are equally absurd. End quote. And Grange is also prepared to demonstrate the offensive falsity of these claims and will be seeking recovery of every penny of cost and damage caused by these assertions. I sure hope these allegations are solidly backed by irrefutable evidence. I'm just saying, because it's gonna be my goodness. I mean, just thinking about the monetary cost and the damage to the reputation of those who will catch strays and or directly in the line of fire. OMG, OMG, OMG. So Little Rod alleges to have worked with Diddy for a period of a year and some change. Um, but but the amount of collected evidence he amassed during his time with Diddy and Company is astounding, to say the least. Not trying to douse his claims to be untrue, but I am curious as to who assisted with the procurement of these video print screens, the recorded camera footage, and other purported evidence provided in his lawsuit. Because Little Rod even has pictures of the inside of the bathroom where a person named G, it's just initials, was shot inside of. This is the Chalice recording studio that was reported to the cops to have been a drive-by outside of the studio, like basically in another area, like not even in the same building, period. Like I think it was reported to have occurred uh, a block away or so. Like, did the LAPD not do their due diligence? Like, wouldn't there have been like a trail of blood? If it happened where they purportedly, allegedly say it happened, wouldn't there be a trail of blood? Wouldn't there be like blood splatter? I mean, the victim was shot in the leg and in the torso. Um, Regardless of where you were shot, you would be in pain. Wouldn't you be hollering in pain? Like, and obviously there would be blood. Yeah, I have questions about that. Like, how quickly did the cleaning crew work in tidying up that bloody restroom? I'm just saying. Like, if Little Rod, I also wonder if Little Rod was the one who took the pictures of the crime scene because a person was shot inside. And I have to say, judging from the pictures that are included as a part of the exhibit in the lawsuit, the blood smeared on the toilet seat, it is bright red. It is fresh as daylight. Like, if the guy was truly, as it was reported that he was shot elsewhere and then he ran up to the studio, that's quite interesting. Okay. Little Rod further alleges that Diddy's son, Justin, was in attendance when this occurred. Ooh, hello. Allegedly, this shooting was a result of an argument between Diddy, Justin, and G. And it got so heated that Diddy went prap prap on G inside the restroom, which was adjacent to where Little Rod was sitting. Like, dang, did they leave the door open? It seems like Little Rod probably offered to help the gunshot wound victim, but also, like, his bearings were like firing, like his pistons were firing on hyper alert or something, because he made sure to go clickety click on his cell phone camera in case things go south. Or, whenever he needed evidence, as he's doing now, because obviously things have gone south, right? Because he's filed the case. The filing adds that as of the date of this lawsuit that he filed, neither the LAPD nor the LAFD has released any official reports surrounding the shooting. What's more tantalizing and telling and a little bit on the convenient, is that there has been no sighting of the victim, G. The suit further alleges a massive cover up regarding the disappearance of a G and the lack of disclosure from both the LAPD and LAFD. Did somebody get a bag to keep quiet? Asking for a friend. And there's a whole lot more people or entities catching strays, like I said, from this lawsuit. Outside of the immediate named defendants, it seems. Like, oh my God, like that. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a whole lot of papers on that lawsuit. It is alleged that Diddy required all attendees of Chalice Recording Studio to sign an NDA. So, but that was a few days before the shooting at the studio. So that begs the question, was the turn of events on that day planned? Or was the NDA, because it happened before the shooting, was it to cover the studio sessions? You know, like the tracks, the lyrics from like seeping out and being released, snippets of released in social media. And like, you know, people start talking about it or copying it or what have you. And maybe it just so happened that there was an argument and exploded into, again, somebody getting prep prep. But it also contends that Little Rod didn't sign the NDA. Is it because everybody was asked to sign except Little Rod didn't have to sign or didn't sign, and he wasn't? Nobody circled back to him to ask like, why didn't you sign? Is it because he is his producer on the album, so he gets a pass? Like, you know, he's obviously gonna know, right? He's gonna know the beats. He's gonna know the different versions. I'm pretty sure every song has more than one version because you're like, I'm not feeling that one. Let's go re-record that sort of thing. Um, but for evidentiary purposes, per the filing, he was provided a copy of the NDA by a witness who wishes to remain anonymous. Damn. Sir, I have to ask, who is your inside contact, sir? Seriously. Because you are a slick Rick with these evidentiary valuables. I'm just saying. Just saying. My other question is, did Little Rod befriend Diddy's IT guy? What's his name? Jose somebody? More on that below. Little Rod contends that he was forced by Diddy to bring workers of the night back to Diddy's home in Miami, Florida, and to perform intimate acts for Diddy's pleasure. Mm, oof, oof, oof. Little Rod even lists personally witnessing Diddy and his son Justin soliciting illegal substances and engaging in illicit intimate acts, including with underage females. Good Lord, people. These females were allegedly forced to drink laced De Leon liquor, which had been laced by Diddy with allegedly ecstasy. Little Rod adds that he felt uncomfortable due to the age of some of the females, but was forced to stay by Diddy. Was he under duress? You know, was there something like pressed against him on his back? I don't know. Was it the case of, now that you're here, I've got you now, sucker. You've just been seen in the company of minors, so you can't back out now. I've got this against you now. Is that the case? Was that the case? Like, ooh, wrong place, wrong time. But now that you are seen and by witnesses, now you just got to go all in. Was that the case? I don't know. Now then, the entire suit is obviously extensive. So let's just jump to key personnel in Diddy's circle. Let's start with Fahim Muhammad, who, according to Little Rod, Diddy instructs his staff to always contact if the police in Miami or California ever pull them over. But is that only reserved for getting pulled over? Or does contacting the dude cover, like, when the feds come busting through your front door and the back door and the side gate and the roof? Okay, no, probably not the roof, but I'm just saying. And on each coast simultaneously, does the Mohammed dude work as a fixer in Diddy's squad, asking for a friend? Next is Christina Coram, commonly referred to as KK, again has been compared to Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice slash girlfriend slash ex girlfriend. KK, however, is described to be the chief of staff, the personal assistant, house manager, if you will, to Diddy. She, I feel like, is the closest female to Diddy. She allegedly instructs subordinates to ensure Diddy is high off of gummies and pills. Oh, dang. Okay. Wow. She also allegedly distributes guns from his bedroom closets in Miami and LA to questionable individuals in all black. Well, hot damn. Hot damn. Is she the woman behind Diddy? Like, is she the power behind Diddy? She seems to be the most powerful woman next to him, according to this lawsuit. So if the allegations are proven true, that's a hell of a power. Yeah. It is further alleged that KK required all staff members to walk around with black Prada pouches. Oh, excuse me, how much are those things? Or fanny packs filled with illegal substances, including the pink powder. Oh, my. Was this the source then? Like, allegedly, could this be the source of Diddy's erratic, aggressive behavior? Taking allegedly illegal substances and not just intermittently, but like all the time. Allegedly. Does he snack on these illegal substances like candy? I mean, is KK the fairy godmother with the pixie dust ready to sprinkle at any given moment inside Diddy's squad? Dang. She even allegedly pays the workers of the night, going as far as negotiating their price or, for their price for play type of fee. Wow. Wow. And then there's Brendan Paul, who, with Diddy and his children, while they were about to board his private jet in Miami, was arrested and released after posting bail. Allegedly, he is the drug mule for Diddy. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of birds singing in the very near future around Diddy. Justin Combs, he's allegedly the solicitor of the night walkers, including underage females, and also allegedly engages in F-offs. Wasn't he recently talked about as the successor to the Bad Boy Empire? Like, oof. Was he groomed to succeed in all ways? Asking for a friend. And we also have Frankie Santella, who allegedly works alongside Brendan Paul in acquiring and distributing the illegal substances and pew-pews. Frankie is the alleged moneybag guy who pays the sellers of these things. Hot dang. Moy Bon, who allegedly hires the workers of the night, also allegedly attends and participates in the shenanigans. Hot dang, Mr. Star. And then there's the IT manager guy, the IT director, Jose Cruz, who former employees confirm is Diddy's IT director. Mr. Guy is allegedly the gatekeeper to all of the recordings. Is that on all of his properties? So this begs the question then, was the release of the video footage and pictures inside of his properties, his homes, is that an inside job? Because if the IT director is the gatekeeper, then these recordings would have been like reviewed timely, right? I'm assuming so. And thoroughly at that, unless the hidden cameras weren't so hidden after all, or at least they were within easy reach where you can insert an additional USB drive for copy purposes while not impacting the original USB that's actually recording all the shenanigans. Or was Little Rod able to find the actual data center room or building that controls the video surveillance on all of Diddy's properties? I mean, that would have been a feat to accomplish, but it's not impossible if you're determined. I'm just saying. You know, people have reached the summit of Everest. I'm just saying. Well, lots to think about. And we'll leave it here for now because there's more pieces to this puzzle. But geez, it's like a volcano that's erupting and sending lava flows into the air and down the sides of the mountain. And, and a thought just came to mind. Wasn't it Abraham Lincoln that said, if you want to test a man's character, give him power? Well, it seems overwhelming power, or the idea of, has proven to be the undoing of Diddy and his squad. Ah, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Anywho, darlings, we will leave it there. And then the next one, I think I'm gonna do a stream about the women around Diddy. We'll do a little bit more research on like Carisha, Young Miami. I believe 50 Cent's baby mama was even dragged in this mess, and all the other players, female players that have been around Diddy, and is oof, my gosh, the mess. Just saying. Anyway, darlings, thank you so much for staying put, and hopefully you like this little summary. I hope to see you in the next video. And if you liked it, would you mind liking the video? And also, would you mind being my Facebook, YouTube friend and subscribing? I shall see you all fabulous people later. And remember, you're all kinds of fabulous because there's nothing else for you to do but be your fabulous self. And try to remember to leave grace for others, even though it is hard sometimes. And to always journey in gratitude. I shall see you all on the next go round. Toodaloo for now. Bye.